So the San Francisco 49ers just re-signed George Kittle to a 4-year extension, reportedly worth 76.4 mil. That includes 40 million guaranteed. Now listen, man, when George Kittle is actually healthy and he's on the field, he is easily one of the best tight ends in the league. As of today, is he better than Trey McBride and Brock Bowers? That's definitely up for debate. In my opinion, I think Brock Bowers is the best tight end in the league right now. I know he only played for one season so far, but that was elite stuff with some garbage QB play. So I expect him to just keep going in his upward trajectory and keep breaking NFL records. But yeah, man, George Kittle, yes, he's a great tight end, but he's very, very injury prone. And I just feel like the 49ers are kind of in a delusional state right now. I really think they should be retooling, almost like a mini rebuild, essentially. Down the stretch, they were quite an awful team. They had a chance to maybe sneak into the playoffs, but their defense was completely atrocious a year ago. And without Ayuk, without any MVP help from Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy looked extremely ordinary. So I understand why the Niners did this move. Like I said, George Kittle is one of the best tight ends in the league, but I just think they're not in that position to really compete for championships right now. And George Kittle is an older player, so I would have traded him for assets, but that's just me. Let me know if you agree with me. And this new deal does make him the highest paid tight end in the NFL currently. Prior to this contract, Trey McBride was the highest paid tight end at 19 mil annually. Kittle is at 19.1 annually, so just squeaked him out there. So yeah, man, I think that was a big mistake in my opinion, but it is what it is. Now the Niners are going to look to sign Brock Purdy and Fred Warner. Both of them are due for contract extensions. Now, hopefully they get the Brock Purdy contract done with ASAP. I'm just tired of hearing about it, and I think we just need to move on as an NFL community, but that's just me. But other 49er news, in the 2025 draft, they addressed the defense a lot, so we'll have to see if those draft picks and Robert Saleh can bump up the defense from where it was a year ago. I'm assuming Robert Saleh being back with the Niners is an automatic bump, but we'll just have to see how much it is. And if the Niners want to be competitive in 2025 and beyond, they need that defense to be back to its regular self, to how they were in 2020, 2021, 2022. They need to be a top 10 unit if they want to go far, straight up. Apparently, Christian McCaffrey has no restrictions health-wise. He said that about a week ago. It's only April right now currently, so I'm curious to see if he'll be singing the same tune, week 1 of September. But I just, at this point, I have to see it to believe it, and very not much of a believer in McCaffrey sustaining a clean bill of health for this upcoming year and for the rest of his career. But crazier things have happened. I definitely think this is Kyle Shanahan's and John Lynch's swan song. I feel like in 2 or 3 years they will probably be out of San Francisco, and I think that's definitely the move. They had a good run, had a great run actually. They had like a 4-year Super Bowl window, made 2 appearances in the Super Bowl. Could have easily won both of those games, but unfortunately they didn't. And I feel like they're making some very questionable moves right now. I just feel like every team besides the Patriots dynasty of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, most teams only have like a 4-year championship window. And I just feel like the Niners had their shot. And I think it is their best interest to retool, rebuild right now, and prepare for the next championship window like 4 years down the road. I just don't really agree with the moves John Lynch has been making so far. I would have traded George Kittle. I would definitely not pay Brock Purdy. And if you can, I would trade McCaffrey too as well. I know that is the Niners team. It's their heart and their soul. It's the faces of the franchise. But But let's be honest, do you really think those three players are going to win a Super Bowl for the Niners at this point in their career? I highly, highly doubt it. Also, the Niners did draft a quarterback, Curtis Rourke. I did hear some pretty good things about him. And that's the thing about Kyle Shanahan, man. Like, I feel like he could turn dirt into gold, essentially. So, who knows? If he can make it work with Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, I feel like he can maybe make it work with this new QB that they just drafted. I'm not saying Brock Purdy's trash, but I just really think Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch should take one last hard look before signing off on that deal with Brock Purdy. And the same thing goes for McCaffrey, man. I mean, just take a look how good Jordan Mason was a year ago. And I just think any running back can be pretty productive on that Kyle Shanahan West Coast offense. But as of today, the Niners are a minus 180 to make the playoffs. I think that's pretty crazy. I really think that line should be pretty much dead even right now. So if you're into betting on futures and whatnot, I would definitely take them to not make the playoffs. I just think there's a lot of value there. And if you really just take a look at the NFC West, I mean, the Rams should be a dark horse to win the Super Bowl again. They almost beat the Eagles on the road a year ago. I think adding Devontae Adams is going to be a huge help to that offense. And I have faith in the Seahawks as well. I'm pretty iffy on Sam Darnold, but I love how they drafted Jalen Milroe. I just think he's a perfect fit for that team long term. Maybe they could have some packages for him as well. I'm a huge fan of that draft pick, and I just feel like things are looking pretty positive there. It's just all on Sam Darnold. But the point I'm trying to make here is I have those two teams ahead of the Niners talent-wise, so let me know if you think I'm wrong. Also, some other interesting odds for teams to make the playoffs. The Cowboys are a plus 210 right now. I think that's way too low. I think they should be like plus 100 or at even odds, but that's just me. Also, the Patriots are at plus 170. If you are a big believer in Drake May, Mike Vrabel, I definitely think there's some value there. Broncos are minus 110. I just think that's easy money. For some reason, the Bengals are minus 160. That's crazy. And yeah, man, let me know what you think about the Niners, George Kittle, and everything else in between. If you made this far, please subscribe, like the video to help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
That's an awesome job by the offense picking up this first down here in the second half. They've got a big lead. It's not about scoring anymore. It's just about milking that clock. And that is an art, and this team is good at it. He's scrambling now. Going for the deep ball. Tries to get the feet down, but this will be ruled incomplete. If you're defensive back in the NFL now, you've got to be alert for the deep passes down the field, because not only do you got to play it well, you got to make sure you don't have pass interference. Mason's taken down at the 40. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry on the day. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. The Jets have the football as the fourth quarter gets started. The line of scrimmage is at the 40. The Buccaneers defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. Brandon Marshall has the grab. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to fourth down. Good job by the defense. They're well taught, well schooled by the defensive coordinator. They know in situations like this, if it's thrown short of the first down marker, they're good. They come up, make the tackle. Now we have fourth down. The kick, it's through there. The kick is good. Phil, that
the Jets bring their offense onto the field. The last time they had control of the football, they did not come away empty-handed, but did not get a touchdown either.
Well, they got that field goal, and I think that's important. That field goal gave them a little confidence. They got some points up there that always makes you feel good on the offensive side. Now take advantage of that good feeling. Go out there and score a touchdown this time.
Let's see if they can finish off a drive. 2nd down and 2. Morris looking for a lane. Johnson's there to take him down.